Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by four Foulmouth supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa. This is Straight from the Stands.
I'm trying to find a reason to get you off this.
Good evening. What up, yo?
Good evening.
Arriba la selección. Arriba la selección.
That's what happens in its international break, dog.
Listen, I'm gonna say some real shit. In case no one has realized this, I'm the only Salvadoran in the group. Masa's like part-time Salvadoran. Whenever he feels Salvadoran, for some reason this weekend he felt Salvadoran, and like Loki he hit me up like, "Yo, where are you gonna watch the Salvi game at?" I said, "My crib." I didn't even know they were playing until he texted me. I just responded because that was my automatic reaction. I went to go Google, and it turns out that it was an important game to try and make it to the Gold Cup. So then I talked to my friend like I knew what I was talking about, but no, I had no idea they were gonna play against Jamaica.
Same.
I had no idea. And then I noticed too that like it was international weekend also for. I forget about the Caribbean and the Central American teams, like any normal person that follows good soccer would. And then I realized that George also posted about, Costa Rica losing to Guatemala. I was like, oh, shit, that happened? And then I guess it was a game for points also, right?
Angel,
like, it wasn't like...
it's not Angel. Hold on. I'm sorry, Angel. I didn't mean to control. It's not Angel. It's the mixer. So I lowered it down, but there's a delay on the stream.
Oh, okay.
There's a delay on the stream, so I'm hoping...
Yeah. Well, but point is, shout out to Masa for putting me on game, and I shout out to like the 10 people that sent me a link to find it. There was like 100 different links going around, and they were all getting shut down immediately. But then we finally found one on YouTube. On Facebook that was streaming one live. So shout out to whoever put it. My house on Facebook.
I watched it on my TV on YouTube, and the game was slanted to the side, and then and that shit was backwards. Like the numbers were like backwards.
On a
like
mirror?
the whole
Like a
gameplay.
mirror thing?
Yeah, it was like a mirror image, and that shit was crooked to the side and only like a quarter of the whole screen. But I watched it like that, because my Salvi side came out this weekend.
Yeah, me too. I actually celebrated the first two goals, but immediately Masa hit me up first, and I had the same reaction because I was about to text him, "Hey, straight up, we're about to see some conspiracy bullshit or some bullshit come up about La Selecta getting sold or whatever over money, because those two goals from Jamaica, trash. Like that's sketchy as fuck. Like honestly, there's that Central American money. They have the quetzales and colones involved in all these games because." We're talking about Andre Blake giving up a goal like that. Yo,
how was
what
was the score?
2-0 Salvi, dog, because we go to fuck. We're about to win the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And because all of a sudden they win, and you look at me, I'm we.
Yeah.
But ask me before Saturday. I don't give a fuck about El Salvador, though.
Bet. Yeah, I am done painting, by the way, Manny. Assholes. Hey, why you guys get on me last week, though? That ain't even right. I was tired as fuck, and I was watching that shit through the TV. And I just hear, man.
Hey,
I've never done labor, dog. Like, I didn't go to work until Wednesday. I was so tired.
So I know this is a Galaxy podcast, and we stay away from international as much as possible. But since we're in the topic, how did the Kings of CONCACAF look to you?
I didn't.
Mexico as fuck, dog.
Top notch.
Yeah.
That's just not even close compared to watching the other games. That's just not even.
Yeah, no.
That's just not even close. Yeah,
I saw it, and I was like, all right, cool. They're about to be World Cup champs. Low key, my stepmom's from Mexico, so we about to be World Cup champs, dog. What's up?
All right, y'all want to get into talking some Galaxy shit, or?
Are we enough people? Cause I checked and there was only like 2 people watching, so
No, we got 25.
Oh shit! It's because the 5 was blurry on my end. My bad.
Angel, shut the fuck up.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a Galaxy game this week.
Clearly,
there was.
Sorry, I do want to add something before we get started. So, so Evelyn and Carlos are gonna be playing a game. It's the I can't confirm nor deny game. So for each time that I say I can't confirm nor deny, or any of us say I can't confirm or deny, they're supposed to be taking a shot.
Oh shit!
No,
So I just
should have known that.
I just said it 3 times.
We should have known that though. It would have been better.
No, listen, it has to be natural. All right, you can't just I can't confirm nor deny the fuck out of them. I can't confirm or deny them. Then that's fucked up. They already got to take 5 shots now. So
All right, starting now. Starting now.
Hey,
Damn,
we need proof though. You guys gotta take a picture, put it on the story, tag us. We want to see this. So no game, but shit still
Well, we
happening.
have first team players playing on G2s.
Yeah,
They got
that's right.
mollywopped.
That's right.
That shit was
You guys see
horrible.
that game?
Nah, I was at work,
I
but
caught it up until the 1-1 and then the 2-1, and then like all right, I had some shit to do here with my kids. Like, you know what, it's either gonna 2-1 or they're gonna do something because the game was okay. But when I saw the final score, I was like, what the
They
fuck?
whooped ass, right?
No, 'cause it was 1-0. I think. I don't think the G's even scored actually.
no, they
It's 5-0.
didn't. It was a
Yeah.
5-0.
Yeah, so when I
That's
stopped watching, it was right when they scored the second goal. But even then, it didn't. It didn't look terrible. I don't know what the fuck happened from those
Did
2
we get
minutes
outplayed?
after.
When you were watching?
Nah, I didn't think we were getting outplayed. Again, to be fair though, I was also cooking and doing shit here in the house, so I had the game and I was listening and I was partly watching it because they were playing. I think they played like around noon or something like that. I can't remember exactly around what time they played, but I was still making like a late breakfast or late lunch, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I,
Who
I
played?
don't even know. I don't even know what to say because everybody played.
Who played? It was
That- Hilliard Arce
Romney,
played, Romney played, Zubac played, Fiore, yep.
Damn.
Cuello played,
Efra.
Alvarez, and both started and played, the full 90 at least from what I recall. So yeah, I mean,
Ouch.
there was a good core of guys that already have G1 experience. So next Saturday, if you guys come out to play soccer with us and then walk over with your sweating stuff to watch G2s, expect for us to get our ass whooped again, I guess, because yo.
Hey, plug that at the end because low-key, I
I will,
know that. Yeah.
But yo,
I'm looking forward to it,
that
though.
yeah, but I'm a little concerned because I don't think Cuello did enough when we talked about this a few games back, right? The first preseason he looked nice as shit, but then the first game he lacked some creativity, but I don't think he did enough to really be like, okay, you're out of this team, nor you stay in this team. He's just But then Alvarez came in and he did something different, added spark. We're talking about against proven MLS players, plus likes of Schweinsteiger and other DPs that Chicago have, and I was like, whoa, shit, and I think that was a lot of G's reaction, especially when you look at that lineup. The fact that, and if anyone that's watching right now saw the entire game and was actually paying attention to it, feel free to chime in because again, it was like I was watching in bits and pieces because I was doing multiple things here in the house. But yeah, I had it on and. Yeah, dude.
It's funny because
it's alarming
Brian,
to me.
because Brian posted up, Be Nasty posted up, man, that lineup looks nice, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's just gonna be real good. And then I forgot about it, walked away, and then later I was like, man, I wonder how much we killed. I looked at the score and I was like, oh fuck.
Shit.
Yeah,
You know what's funny?
damn.
You know what's funny? I heard the score, but I figured the Galaxy won 5-0. So right now, you guys are breaking news to me. I didn't even realize that we took
Oh,
the
shit.
L. I didn't
Really?
know we took the L. I just
Fuck.
figured we won. I mean, look with that squad, like USL, yeah, cake.
Look, and I'm not gonna front like I pay attention to G's too, because I really don't. I mean,
Same.
we got so much shit going on, right? And anyone can knock me for all you want. That's fine. Congratulations to you if you have the time to watch G's too, but I don't. But every time that I see them play in general, sometimes it look good, and some games are like, what the fuck is going on? And I think it's the same shit. This kind of goes back to last year, because last year sometimes there was the same lineup and they'll smash on some team, and then the same lineup will get smashed by another team. So I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, I imagine that RSL's second team would be on par with our second team, given that's also an academy team for them, not
But they
a
had-
USL Pro
they had
League
like
like
6 players this
Oklahoma
week.
or some shit like that.
They had like 6
Huh?
players this week. Arsenal had like 6
Oh,
players.
the first team?
On the first team.
Yeah, they're the first MLS team to start 6 homegrown players.
Which I'm assuming some of them
Damn.
have to play with their second division team, right? I mean, just because they have a bunch of records and some injuries. But the fact that we got 5-0, that's kind of bad. I want to see what kind of influence GBS and DTK have on that going forward.
Hey, Rudy, move the mouse out of my face, yeah? Shit's bugging me, Loki.
Oh shit. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
let's get into some news and rumors and whatnot. Zlatan is supposed to start training tomorrow.
Yep.
How? What do you?
Is he gonna train?
So Zlatan is good to go from what I've been told.
Is it?
Again, I can't confirm nor deny that this is legit information, but this is coming from a straight source there that releases a lot of information. And no,
Angel,
his name is not Baxter.
Angel. Question to that:
Yo,
Was he? Because GBS said that he's been good for a while. It's just they just wanted to give him some time. Is that true, or did
yeah,
he just
supposedly, like all last week, from what I was told, he was training, but he was training in like the
indoor?
in like the gym, so I didn't get into details asking about what workouts he was doing and if it was bicycle or what it was, but supposedly he's good to go, right? He's good to go, but they, at the same time, like you said, they didn't want to rush him. They just want to take their time with him because they understand he's an older age player. His body takes longer to recover, so they just figured, what, we have an extra bye week. It's Zlatan. We don't need to, because from what I understand too, I don't even think they're doing extreme workouts in terms of a lot of running and things of that nature. It's really more ball type of
But if you're
tactical.
Zlatan, how do you feel about that? Knowing that you just came off a delay and like last year when he came over here, we're almost on the year anniversary. How do you feel? Because his first thing is like, I just want to be on the field. I just want to be on the field. And now you're basically GBS. Well, we don't know yet. We don't know how the conversations went, but they're kind of telling him, hey, your body's old. Just take a couple of days extra off. Do you think he takes that openly, or it's just more like, no, I want to play type of thing?
Look, to us, when that type of question is speculation, right?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, of course, of
Like
course,
we
of
don't know.
course.
So, but if you ask me, a person like Zlatan, based on what we know right now, even if it's GBS, I have to believe that it was like a mutual thing. Like, yo, do you want to take the extra week off? Like, look, this is our suggestion type of thing. What do you think? I'm sure there had to be some dialogue. I don't think it was just I don't want to play. I want to play.
No, you know what too? I think there has to be an understanding that it's a long season, right? And where he got injured in the first game, there has to be some
Yeah,
kind of understanding. Like, all right, listen, if I take care of myself right now, in the long term, it's gonna work out, right? If we drop
that's
3 points
accurate.
right now, it's not gonna be the death of us or whatever. Um, so I think that has to come into play. The fact that it happened so soon or at the beginning of the season. So I'm kind of hoping to see him training tomorrow. Because I'm really curious to see what the team looks like with him in there. Alessandrini's also already training. He was training by himself last week, right? Or yeah, last week.
Yeah, he was conditioning last week.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
so hopefully both of them are back with the team and practicing with the team. So this weekend we can have a full squad.
And we'll get to that because some of the questions that we got from multiple people in the 30 minutes that I reached out to people because George can't do his job. A lot of the
Fuck you! I put it on
questions, a lot of the
Instagram. What else
questions.
is my job? Speak on it, bitch.
Social media is not just
Whoa,
Instagram.
Yeah, social
Nope,
media.
psych-
Social media is not just Instagram.
Yep,
All right.
you're right.
Instagram.
I fucked
Well, we
up.
always
Nope.
got. We always
Google
got all of our
Plus,
questions. We got it all of
Tumblr,
our. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. All right,
Twitter,
all right.
any platform. As a matter of fact, we have a
MySpace.
Tumblr, MySpace. We have it all. Yeah.
Oh
Google
yeah,
Plus.
MySpace. On MySpace, you guys can find Rudy's soundtracks as well.
Chill.
It's a 2 for
Let's
1.
not go there.
It's a 2 for 1. He just recycled his.
Let's
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. And
They don't call me out like that though, bitch.
then we also got some more news around Giancarlo Gonzalez. Apparently they who's
Hey, one of you needs to stop fucking with that. Who the fuck is that?
Oh, the one that just
Oh,
left.
Masa died.
see what you did to my
It's
See
alright.
what you
It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, next time you talk about my Instagram skills, Masali, that's how he backs me up. That's a real homie.
That's fine. You know what? We could do without Masa for now. You were saying, Rudy?
So apparently there's been the negotiations with Giancarlo's parent club are done. So now it's just time to figure out the location thing.
Did we get Sasha questioned?
Yeah, you heard the podcast too.
What?
They were talking about how in Corner of the Galaxy they were talking about
Oh,
how we got fucked with Sasha like that long time ago or whatever.
Allocation spot.
With that
I
location
remember that.
spot.
Yeah.
But so he's supposed to be coming in, and he's here. He's stateside right now with his national team, right?
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Did we play here?
Oh,
No,
they're playing
well,
Guatemala,
for sure
yeah.
they're in Guatemala,
Yeah, yeah.
and I imagine
Yeah.
they might have one more game, and I imagine it might be in their country because I mean, I don't know. Again, I found out because of Masa on Saturday that these games were even worth anything. So I imagine if they're still on that type of schedule, that they'll probably be playing in Costa Rica unless they are playing just a friendly out here. But I can't confirm nor deny that, so I don't know.
Yeah. I just kind of wanted this to happen, or not happen. One or two. It kind of feels like it's being dragged out a little bit, no? Or is it just me?
I don't know if it's being
no,
dragged
no,
out.
no.
We
I
just
don't
had
think so.
international break.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
between an international break. I think if we weren't, it would have gotten done a while ago. And obviously, you got to take into account that whole allocation spot. We're in 11th, but I think if the international break weren't something that was happening right now, it would have been done a while ago.
And without hurting, certain people's feelings because they're not the ones breaking these news, supposedly it's a done deal, right? Again, I'm not there. I mean, if I do some digging, we can probably find out, but I'm gonna go with this is gonna be announced this week for sure because it seems like everything is a done deal, and I imagine in terms of
My
the
sources say
allocation order,
Wednesday.
yeah, and I imagine because the allocation order, I mean, they probably have that shit already figured out. I don't think they'd be doing something of this nature because in allocation order, something that I think is one of the easier things to figure out. I mean, you just pay people money, right?
Yep.
hmm
Yeah.
So, you know,
Um,
I think it's that, and I think we are. And by all accounts, at least not all accounts, but at least from what the indication seems is that this dude's coming. Like it feels like Polenta all over again.
what do you guys So, of course, this is that it's happening. What do you guys think of? Is that our last signing until the summer?
Oh, do you guys want to wait on that because someone asked about
Oh,
another?
Yeah, there's a similar
yeah,
question.
Yeah, there's a similar question. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and then you guys seen the what is it? Party jerseys this year? The teal.
What?
Is it
The
party?
parsley, the recycled jersey.
Oh, the recycle shit.
Parsley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
parsley.
many dolphins do you guys think they killed for that shit?
Your beluga ass. Oh no, the beluga's a whale. Oh, there. Damn, that's dope.
So
How you
Oh,
do that?
Rudy! Oh, Rudy coming with that new technology.
that's it. So that jersey. What do you guys think about that?
Trash.
Yeah. Where
Honestly,
like
it looks like
I
David
like it.
Bingham.
I like
It looks
this.
like
I
Jesse's
it.
jersey.
It looks like a goalie
I
shit.
like it.
All
I like
right,
it a
I was
lot
accurate.
until
I was
George
accurate
fucked
when
me
it
up,
said it looked
though.
like Jesse.
Just put Jesse's face on it, and I think we'll be fine.
So that's
There you go.
what. Listen, I was really hyped about it because I liked it. I was like, damn, it's gonna be dope, right? I was like, I'm on it. And then George said, y'all gonna look like Jesse? And I was like, damn.
Hey, chill out. Damn, that's confidential.
And I was like, damn, you're right. Like I'm about to buy for Anna.
Kind of
Like,
cute though, so you know.
I'm gonna buy for Anna. Just I just want to see it. It looks
Nah,
nice.
but
I like
honestly,
it.
But
I
honestly,
fuck with
compared to the black and white one, the black and white one wins any day. That shit's
I like
nice.
that one though, man. I really
Hey, nice ass screen.
Hijo de puta. Hey, my man. Hey, leave Jesse alone. Just my dude.
Hey, nah.
You my dude.
Bitch, Jesse's more my dude than your dude. Hop off him.
Nah, chill. I owe Jesse big time. Like he's my dude for real.
Yeah, Jesse's his dude.
This is my dude. Yeah, and that's about it. Like, so that jersey, I fucks with it. Can y'all chill? Y'all leave him alone. For those of y'all not on YouTube, you're not missing much right now. Yeah. All right. So we obviously don't have a game to go through because we didn't play a game. But I figured we could talk about. We give.
Talking about games, Angel and George, thanks for showing up yesterday, though.
Oh, he didn't go either.
Dog, I had my alarm clock. It turned on, and I said, "Oh hell yeah, it's still early," because I put like at 6:50 or something like that, and like, oh, I got like another 10 more minutes. Cause I was put the snooze button, so I put the snooze button. I wake up and it's 8:10, and I was like, "Fuck," and our game was at 8.
7:45, and I'm like, yup, I can't make this.
Yeah. So, but you know what? It's okay because it gives me an extra week to heal, like Zlatan, because I fucked up my Achilles also, and we have playoffs next week. So it's smart. Like I'm just copying what the Lion does. Ikea.
All right. Sure. So let's talk about this season so far. Right. I know it's only 3 games.
Damn.
But what
Who the fuck is laughing back there?
That's Anna.
Oh, she knows you're trash.
No, we're on delay, so she's just seeing you motherfuckers.
Oh, hey, respect to her.
No, she's not
Respect to her though if she put on her headphones to hear and actually listen with the rest of everyone else. That's tight. Instead of listening to you.
Yeah. But yeah. So this season so far, can we start by saying we haven't been consistent? We don't know what the fuck we really play. All 3 games we look very different in the field. Okay, Nate.
Accurate. That's
Yeah,
accurate.
3 games. I don't think that, and we don't have our squad.
Yeah,
I think.
that again.
Yeah. I think there's just the fact that we don't have our squad. really shows. Especially, it's hard. I feel for GBS when he's trying to make something happen, or he's trying to make a consistent flow of the game with players that really aren't going to play much, or players that don't fit the type of style that he wants, and he's out there doing a show. I mean, shit, he Minnesota was perfect. If that's the style that he wants, then he hit it right on. He hit it, but
that's a style without
that's not.
without his squad, right? Because you didn't have Lessandrini
I think
and
we
Zlatan.
and to get to that, I think it's going to look a lot different. If you add Zlatan to it, it doesn't look different, but when you add Drini to it, it's going to look a little different. And I don't know if it's for the worse or if it's good or bad.
Chris, yeah, for sure. We know it's 3 games. We just trying to get some content in because there was no game, so we're talking about
There's
the season.
there's plenty of questions I think that we can probably talk
Well,
about.
Have Angel
before
talk about Salvi.
before we go ahead, and go into Street for the Fans, because that's what we're gonna be uh leaning on for this episode. Quick thoughts on what your impressions are. What do you think we're gonna be like with the whole squad after these 3 games?
Best team in the MLS. Legit? I legit feel it.
Best team in the MLS.
Top 3.
We're better than DC.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
On paper,
Yeah, but on
I
paper
think
last
just
year,
in general period.
on paper, every year that we've been trashed, we've been good on paper. So fuck the on paper thing. I bet myself.
What about Levas?
I think that's where it's at.
we've been better than Levas though, so
Yep.
whatever.
And my bad myself, but on paper we're better than them. So I hope that we do.
You know what the thing is? So I didn't catch the last game because it wasn't like I couldn't watch it apparently because the blackout issue. So that's kind of funny. Can you imagine being their fan and not being able to watch your team play if you're not at the stadium?
Yeah,
Isn't
right.
there like a YouTube whatever?
Well, I'm not gonna was it YouTube TV is like what $30 a month?
I don't know.
I think that's just like crack prices because what it was there was some game I was trying to watch too that I think you can only watch on YouTube TV, but I'm like, oh hell no, fuck that. But point is I didn't see that. I did manage to catch I think just about every other game this weekend though because ESPN Plus is clutch as fuck. But with that being said, I mean from what I've seen of them so far, they still have big ass defensive issues and the games. So and even take this past game for example against RSL, they had to win again on a late winner. And I saw the game against Portland. Portland was fine up until
playing with a man up.
that's what I was about to tell you. They were fine, I mean, sure, but they were still up even when the man down when the man went out with a red card. But that's it, with an extra player, things could have changed because there was like 20 minutes to go, right? So say what it is, but I'm not convinced with them. And people can say I'm a hater or whatever. No, I think attacking wise, I think they're nice as shit. I'm not gonna deny that they look good from what I've seen. Problem is they're giving up easy ass goals. I saw the game against New York City FC, and I don't think NYCFC is a good team this year. And NYCFC they had more chances.
Yeah.
They had a really
Hands
good
down.
game.
Hey,
That
so-
game was good.
Man,
And they have their full squad. Like what you see right now, that's their roster. Like they have their full squad. Like they don't have it much any injuries to deal with. It's like they're set. They're good to like. This is not like last year. We're like, hey, we don't know what this team is gonna be. Later on this year. Like what we see right now is what we've seen. And I mean, they struggled with SKC. They had to win. They had to win it late again. This and also at home, right? And same thing with what do you call it? Salt Lake, and obviously Portland it was a red card, right? So
well, listen, Portland was the only one I think it's a red card. Then they be getting some bullshit as calls.
That's 3 red cards that they've had in the last 4
Yeah.
games.
That's some bullshit. as
Espinoza,
calls.
Portland, and this last one.
This last one,
and
I
you
haven't
can even
seen this
argue.
last one. I
You
haven't
can
seen this
argue
last
that the last game because I saw the highlights. That through ball from that first goal, although the defender from RSL got to it first, that through ball should have still been
Yeah, 'cause
considered
listen,
an offside because he followed the play.
not only that, like the Revs just got a goal allowed last week because of plays just like that, right? The rule states that if a defender goes for a ball and he nicks it, it's fair game. So that goal should have stayed because that's the same shit they called on Revolution last week. So that's some bullshit. Okay. I ain't trying to.
Yeah, well,
I ain't trying to
but
be
yeah,
like
but
Baxter and talk about them fuckers.
I know we probably talked a little bit more about them than I for sure wanted to, but it's because people are on the nut. But are people watching the games? You know, if you're not watching the games, like again, ESPN Plus is top notch. So watch if you can watch as many games as possible. Some are going to be painful, but this week I had the New York Red Bull game going at the same time as I had the Philadelphia Union game because
And they
yeah,
smashed,
exactly.
huh?
Yeah, and like they look good too, and they killed in like the matter of like 45 minutes because they won it all in the first. I think like the first also 5 minutes, something like that. I forget, but yeah, and then New York lost at home to Orlando. So I mean, but point is,
All right.
I'm watching right. I'm watching these games, and what I've seen right now from the Galaxy, it's hard to say because we are missing players, and it's. But if we're gonna go off of the Minnesota game,
Yeah.
top notch.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is, I think so far, and again, it's super early in the season, right? But so far, there hasn't been many teams that are like, oh shit, this team is they're clicking already. You know, it's been a lot of ups and downs. Um, so yeah,
Can I add one thing though to that before people start like, oh well, you know, they lost to FC Dallas and they couldn't even score a goal. FC Dallas is nice. I even the game they lost against Columbus. Again, I saw that
What
game
was it,
too,
back and forth
beginning
game?
to end.
No,
No, hell no. FC Dallas was on that ass.
no, but what was the score at the end?
1-0
Oh, no,
Columbus.
never mind.
1-0 Columbus, but again, it's one of those games if you have to watch and I mean if you go by scoreline, you see you know obviously on your phone when you look at the scores and the results, yeah, absolutely, but if you guys can, and a lot of these games are getting entertaining as shit. Like also FC Dallas against Colorado over the weekend. That shit, Colorado, yo,
Yeah.
Colorado fucking balled out. I was like,
You know who need to see
where
it?
have you guys been?
you know, who you need to
Oh,
see. You need to see Cincy. Cincinnati's looking
Oh,
I
nice,
did.
though.
I've seen all the games, and I saw their game this past weekend too. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Didn't they win?
it's weird because they played this weekend also,
The Revs.
and they won.
One against the Revs with
Mhm.
like 10 people at the stadium.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Yo, say what you want about Cincy. I don't think they have a great team in terms of style of play, but they're finding ways to win,
They got
and
momentum on this side.
and they're taking care of business, man. They
They
look
work.
fine. I'm not look. I don't think they look like the best team by no means, but what they're doing is working for being your first 3-4 games in the MLS. Yo, you know, find ways to get these points, and as the season goes along, your team should start gelling. You might acquire a few more players, add some more pieces. You know,
Yeah, they they,
Yeah.
they they definitely work. They you know they go balls out, and I like that. I was in the game.
hey, low key, I should be on the Extra Time MLS radio show, huh?
Get the fuck out of here, then, dog. I'm tired of hearing you talking about other teams and shit.
I'm tired of this shit too. Can we move on? Because you know I'm tired of these fucking teams.
I'm tired of your voice, dog. Real shit.
Let's move on. And I guess we'll talk about lineups and all that on the tailgate this week. So let's go on to straight from the fans. We got questions for that, so let's go.
Well, so and go ahead, no, do your thing.
Two Neo Galaxy.
I mean, we did better than I expected.
Fuck San Jose.
Fuck Levels FC. Fucking G's are gonna be coming on top, right?
All right, George, you got the questions, and then YouTube hit us up. We'll put it on screen.
What? Oh,
And
YouTube.
then put it YouTube.
All right. From Miss Sag 96, should we use our bench or second team or sign more players for this busy summer? I think Gold Cup. They're mentioning Gold Cup. What else is happening this summer?
That's about it.
That's it, right?
We just got condensed
Well-
schedule, so it's like there's some months. I think May is heavy, like 6-7 games on May. So,
But even then, there's gonna be like a 2 week or 2 to 3 week bye week, right? Where even if we do have players, some of those players may not even make it to next round. And even if they do, we might miss them for like a game or two, if that, I believe, based on what the schedule's going to be. But let's talk about that though. Who's going to be gone other than the Jet and the Giancarlo guy?
Jonathan.
Jonah?
So that'd be 3.
you think Corona has a shot?
Nah,
No.
No Corona.
no
Like, so we have the Jet, Giancarlo, Jonah. I think
David
that's
Bingham?
it.
Dave Bingham, right?
Yeah, maybe
Right.
potentially backup.
Nah, hell no.
But did he get called up for anything? No, he didn't get called up, right?
Fuck no, he's trash.
He never. Oh my god.
No,
But you were saying?
I agree though, not national caliber for no means. So those 3, yeah. Jonah and
Yeah.
Leggett. Jonah and Leggett gonna hurt no matter what.
Yeah, but I think we touched on this. I think we have a good enough midfield to hold us down for those type of games.
I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
Well, it's only a
I
couple. Though. Again, I mean, look. Hopefully by then we're doing well. Where I don't want to say if we lose a game or two, then because of course we don't want to lose any game, right? But let's be realistic. We can't win them all.
What about
There's
this?
Rolf out.
I
to Copa
forgot
America.
about that. That's true.
Who else plays right back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
that one got hurt.
yeah, because you know what? Interesting, because since we're talking about that, someone did ask.
but Sarah's in the right back.
Yeah, I mean, for like a game or two as a band-aid, I guess. But yeah, I guess that pretty much would be it. I don't think Antuna would be leaving for the World Cup.
No. So Fusan probably said.
Oh, does he mean as in the under
Yeah,
21?
the Youth World Cup.
Oh shit. I mean,
23,
him.
no?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably him and
Yeah,
Albert.
but they probably won't let him go because then it comes down to club wanting to let him go. If he's a starter, the Galaxy's gonna be like, nah, bro, sorry.
I mean, if we're talking, I don't know how long they'll be gone, right? I'm assuming a lot of this might be also during the Gold Cup time. Oh, actually, no, because they're different time periods.
Yep.
I think the World Cups actually start after, so there's a chance that we'll still have him, and then the rest of the players come back, and then he's the only one that's probably going to be gone.
I think Antuna won't leave. I think the Galaxy won't let him leave just because he is on a loan. And if he gets mad, it's really not a problem. He's going to be
But
gone.
even if he does, I think at that point we have Emma's backup. We have what's his name? Pontius is backup too. I think we'll be fine without him.
I don't think he leaves. But Alvarez, I think is going to head out.
Yeah, I mean Alvarez. I think that's fine.
He should be heading out.
Yeah, I think
and we
that's
knew.
fine.
We expected
I
that
think
from the
that's
get go.
fine. I honestly think our biggest concern is Jonah Leggett, and then if Rolf leaves too. I think those are and I'll just say that I'll say that because Jonah and Leggett are quality. You know what I mean? So we have players that will. Oh shit.
I died. It's okay. I'm here. Yeah.
Jonah and Leggett are quality, and we have players that could play in the position, but you can't replace that quality. And then Rolf, like we don't have anybody to replace him.
Well, since we're still on the rough topic, old angry young, John Arias. Yes, I guess is Felcher the real deal, or is just playing with our emotions? So, I guess that is one person we can probably talk about briefly since we're on this topic. What do you guys think about him so far? 3 games.
Personally, I don't think he's a real deal. Sorry.
I like him.
Sorry, Masa.
I like him.
That's all right. He's been the best right back statistically in MLS for the first 3-4 games. So you could talk all your shit.
3 games? You're gonna go off for 3 games? Just like we're not gonna go.
No, I'm just saying for the first three. For the
Oh, we
first 3
just
games.
asked about the first 3 games, so you know.
No. But is he the real deal? That pertains throughout his whole career with the Galaxy, no?
Well, I mean, after his injury, I think he's
We would say
one of the
Steres
most.
is the real deal then for the last 3 games.
We're talking about Rolf here.
No, but Angel's saying we're talking
Well,
about.
Steres to this point looks like the real deal.
But he's gonna get benched.
But yeah,
That's unfortunate, but that that has nothing to do with his play. And we're talking about.
Personally, I don't think so. No.
so
I
since
think
his injury last season till now, he's been super solid. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I think
You bitch! I haven't even said it. The fuck you.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck George.
I think Rolf is solid. Again, I think it's just a matter of tactics of knowing when to push up and when not to, right? Like if we could figure that out, defensive wise, I think he's amazing. All right, maybe amazing. Maybe amazing is a little too much, but I think he could play the position. It's just those tactics, right? When there's not
What
a
do
backup.
you think GPS wants him as?
Whatever he played against Minnesota.
And I think what he did against Minnesota, he was on point.
The thing that's gonna hurt him is
But who
when
was backing him
Alessandrini's
up?
back. Yeah, exactly. When
There you
Alessandrini
go.
comes back, he's not gonna back Rolf up. He's
Listen,
gonna
at
look-
the end of the day,
he's gonna look
we're gonna say Rolf is not. Rolf is good, but he's been left on an island, and that sucks. But too bad, so sad for the soccer that we're playing and for the players that we have. He's not going to be good in this team.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then, because so just to confirm, Rudy, you feel good about Felster, at least for the remainder of the year, real deal at that right back spot for now.
Yep.
Correct? Masa? Correct?
Yeah.
George, you're the only one that's no, right?
I feel I say no based on the type of play that we want and the players that we're going to match him up with his side.
All right, I'm gonna go with George. I mean, with Masa and Rudy, because I think that hopefully, based on what I saw, I'm gonna go off of last game only. That our coaches fine. Again, we're not. I'm not there yet. We'll get there. Damn, you're acting like Angel, dog. Chill. Yeah, I'm gonna say that GBS and Co have seen something based on we saw last game, and it's working right now. But because we are on the listening topic briefly, because you guys mentioned it, so this is coming from Charlie Arevalo, the same question he had last week. His question: seeing as how Drini is so injury prone and taking up a DP spot, who knows if GBS and DTK want to extend his contract as a DP? Not focusing on the future, but just this year and this year alone, would you trade him to Montreal for Nacho Piatti?
No.
100%.
No.
100%.
100%.
I'll take that trade. Dog. Nacho Piatti plays
Any
all the
day.
games, and they're fucking garbage.
I would.
All we have for Drini is for the year that we were all trash and he was good. Other than that,
don't listen. He's been listen,
Nah,
all that
he
is
was nice
bullshit.
last
Like he's been injured for sure. He's missed more games than what I would like to for sure. But he's trash? No way.
No, I never said
No.
George doesn't want to say it was trash. No, George did just say
I've
that.
never liked Drini and the way that he plays. I hate his frustration on the field. But if we're gonna do a straight up trade for Piatti, any day.
Where do you see Piatti playing on our team?
On the wing.
He
Get
could
outta
play.
here, man. I don't like that. Like personally, I wouldn't. That's why I wouldn't.
Piatti's a baller, bro.
All right, so George says yes. Rudy says no. Masa,
I'm over Alessandrini, dog.
you're Sandrini. Okay. All right.
Well, what the fuck are you gonna say? Just gonna be a mediator? What the fuck?
Look, Masa knows how I feel about Piatti, and he knows why. I
All right,
think.
well, the listeners don't say it.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Bitch,
Damn.
all right, fine. I like Piatti because he's a former San Lorenzo player, and he would be top notch. But I wouldn't do that trade. No, fuck that, because of the age. Piatti's 34, dog. And you're asking him to play winger. I'll take my chances with the team that we have right now, given that we have Chris Pontius at a similar age and is probably going to give as much contribution. And
So then I'll just add this, and I'll just take Pontius over everybody.
I'm fine. I'll take that.
I'll take that all
but
day.
I'm just saying in terms of a trade, because even if we decide to change Alessandrini's contract and say, hey, no DP spot no more for you, but you're going to be a Tampa player for X amount of years, I'll take that. What's up?
Do you think he'll stay without the DP title?
I think it comes down to this season.
Yeah,
It comes down to how much time he plays. If he stays hurt like he did last season,
I think the Galaxy move on.
yeah.
I think they're cutting. I think this is it.
And then it all comes down to him getting a green card too. Shit, if he gets a green card, fuck it, why not?
No, listen. I think it's about him being healthy, right? Because he produces when he's healthy, but if he's not healthy, then what the fuck's he here for?
Hey, but to be fair, that fool puts up numbers no matter if he's hurt for a long period of time or not.
No,
So-
but you can't build a team around a player who
No,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? So like, listen, I'm all about Daddy.
Look
Jr.
at George.
I'm all about
George
Daddy
is
Jr. But-
ready to trade Drini away.
But
Dog, I've been on the Drini out since last season.
That is true.
I'm all about Drini.
When it's
But if he's
when
healthy
his,
this year,
when his stocks were high.
I'm all about Drini. But if he's not hot this year, then don't extend his contract. Just move on.
Yeah, low key. If Drini doesn't get like 3 team of the weeks this year, then I'm moving on.
If he
dog.
doesn't get
Good
two,
luck.
at least 2 team of the weeks cards, foot cards, he ain't shit.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. And I know we want to cover it. I know you really want to have your tailgate episode, but do you still want to cover some of these questions?
Your tailgate.
Yours.
Not
Listen,
ours.
it's
Not ours,
yours.
not ours, but
It's yours.
yeah, I mean, shoot it.
Because it was your idea, and I like it. It's a good idea, but I'm not gonna take credit for your shit.
It's all
Angel,
right.
wait, I didn't log into Instagram so you can do the questions. I'm chilling now. I ain't gonna do it.
All
You
right. Well, point is, so, and this is a couple people. Madam Serrano had some around it. Little Rob,
could- little-
Glenn had a similar question. Let me see who else had similar question to this. Again, Little Rob, Dean had something similar along the lines of that, really relating to it. Yeah, bitch, I'm just trying to shout everyone out the same fucking question, but essentially,
You said
assuming
little
that
Rob 4 times.
twice actually.
Hurry up.
All right, bitch, I can't confirm or deny. That's how many times I said it, but I said something like that, all right? So if God, oh yeah, hey, take a shot. If God and Le Garçon get green lit for Sunday, should they start or should GBS run the same 11 versus Minnesota?
You
So
start
essentially,
those players.
well, okay, hold on. So here, I'm just gonna general. So one lineup in terms of if these guys are back, do they play? And because one of the questions was slightly different about the style in terms of, oh yeah, 100%. Rudy is
Yeah,
definitely better
no
than
doubt.
Wiggins.
You should have seen him
No
last
doubt.
Thursday. That shit
As a
was
matter of fact,
amazing.
Rudy's better than Andre Blake based on the goals El Salvador scored on him.
Hey,
I'm just gonna leave
since
that one up there,
Angel's not
guys.
an agent and Angel's not an agent anymore, anybody that has connections to the Guatemalan national team, I got a goalkeeper and he's pretty good.
Sorry, I already talked to Rudy, my
I'm glad.
player, and I suggested that he stay in the United States where he actually has a future for his family. Um, well, again, back to the question. So essentially, does Sandrini and Ibra started they play? But another question along the lines relating to these two with these guys back, how does our lineup look for I guess for the Portland game? And does our style change? And how do you guys see it changing? So, George, I want to hear you first because you're the one that hates on Listini the most. So let's hear this because I imagine that the
No,
rest of us might have something similar.
I think he's one of your strongest players. You start him. He starts on the right, and you put Zlatan on top. I think if they're available for choice, they're in the starting 11. I hope the style of play doesn't change, but I think that's up to Alessandrini.
So
Hold on, can't. Sorry, Rudy.
Go for it. Go for it.
How does that depend on Listini? Enlighten me.
Because a lot of the plays were coming through the wing, and Alessandrini is the type of player that likes to cut in, as opposed to going through the wing.
Okay, Rudy.
I think it's not up to Alessandrini, right? I think it's up to GBS because I think you stick to what you played against Minnesota, and you tell him what you want. And if he's not showing that in the practice, then you don't play. You know what I mean? Zlatan's different. Zlatan is Zlatan, right? And I think Zlatan is quality, so he could play that. Maybe not as pressing as high and as fast, but he could definitely play that. Alessandrini is the problem, right? If he's not gonna put in that work, sorry. Like, listen, it was obvious. Chris Pontius could do it, right?
Listen, but the question was, do you play him if they're available?
Yeah, you
My
play.
answer was yes.
So I agree with you.
But
They
the
play him.
style runs around Alessandrini.
No,
If
it runs
if
around
it's the same
GBS.
style.
It runs around GBS. GBS makes that call. If
We're talking about Portland. We're talking about Portland. Moving forward, I completely agree with you. If he doesn't play the style that GBS wants, take him out. We're talking
listen,
about Portland.
it's all about the practice, right? If he, I'm 100%
He's the
sure.
practice.
I'm 100% sure. GBS said you got to press or whatever whatever tactics you got to do this and that and the other, right? And if he's not showing that in the practice, he's not gonna do it. So you won't play him. Zlatan, I think
Okay.
Zlatan is a given. I think if Genie is understanding what GBS wants from him, then he's a given. But if he's not, then I think Pontius still plays that role.
Massa, because I want to add to this along the lines of Antuna and his future, given the lineup potentially, given that everyone's back. But Massa, what are your thoughts before we get to the Antuna thing?
I start Pontius over Alessandrini because Alessandrini is fragile and he's probably not 100% ready like people make it out to seem. So I'm gonna play Chris Pontius. I'll start Zlatan though. Mando.
Just to add my 2 cents, I think Zlatan starts up top and definitely Alessandrini, I think, on the bench, my opinion. Chris Pontius starts on wing. But then this leads to the question someone asked, what happens to Antuna up top? Like, does that change our style? I can't remember who asked the question. I thought I had saved the picture, but I didn't. So I apologize to whoever that was. But the difference with Antuna playing up top now instead of having Zlatan there, and then what does happen to Antuna, assuming that he goes back to that wing, right? So, yeah, go ahead.
Are you guys against Leggett going to the wing and Antuna being under Zlatan?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
You guys would be against that?
Yes, I'm 100% against that. And then just going into what the question you asked, Angel, if Zlatan is playing on top, he's pulling one or two defenders at all times, right? And Antuna, his work rate is meant for the wings. My man, I mean, we saw him when he was playing a forward. He was tracking back so deep. You know what I mean? He would not let it go. So he's a man. I think he was meant for the wings, right? His speed and his work rate there. And then, like I said, Zlatan, taking one or two defenders away from everything because they're going to be on top of him. It works. I get again. I think Zlatan is given. Alessandrini is the one that's kind of like, can you fulfill that role?
That's crazy. A DP.
Yeah.
And just a heads up, we actually talked about this in the last episode. I remember this vividly. We addressed this, I think, in a little bit more detail because we talked about that to a degree. So if this person, whoever asked the question, and I apologize again, whoever asked that question, if you missed that or if you didn't get a chance to go through the entire episode, probably just move forward a little bit in wherever you stop listening, obviously, or just listen again because I believe we did cover some of it. If I didn't, then call me out, and I can't confirm nor deny that I did or didn't say anything about that. It is what it is. Okay, so let's move on. A few things here to ask.
Hold on, before we move on, check this out.
Yeah.
Right, it says the high pressure was a killer versus Timbers. I think he meant versus Minnesota. Zlatan won't give us that. How about that, right? So I agree. He won't. I think he'll press high, but as soon as the play moves on, he's not.
If we're going,
He's not
if
continuing.
we're going based on practice, he does it at practice. If your whole thing,
Can you listen to that question?
oh, well, how
Can
long are you
listen
gonna
to
take that? Fucking ask
Can
the
you listen to that
question.
Can you listen to
Fucking damn, hurry up. All right, shut the fuck up.
Can you listen to
Go.
the question? Right. So, he's gonna do initial press, but when the play moves forward, he'll drop off. Can we play with that? Can we play with him not pressing as much as Antuna did in that same system?
Back to the thing. When we were at practice, he was pressing throughout the whole time.
Okay. Listen.
So we're going based off practice.
Listen.
If we're going based off practice, he could do that. He is going to be able to do that.
Right. The scenario here is that he won't do that. Right. Can we play if that is the case?
Yes.
Yes.
So you think we just shift differently and cover
Yeah.
what he likes?
Or just have one of the wingers
There's going
press.
to be more of a gap in the midfield.
And then because then Zlatan will drop into the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Hey.
we relinquish some of the pressure and let somebody else do it and just cover space.
I'm sorry, but I hate my cousins. I hate my family. I hate everyone that's related to me.
Same.
They say I look like Don Ramon.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Damn.
Maryland's trash. I hate Maryland. Fuck Maryland.
Man.
You know what? That's why Emma Boateng is getting benched. As a matter of fact, we're gonna sell Emma Boateng this weekend.
You like both things?
Emma's getting
She says she wants to get digged down by Emma. So
Hey, Emma, if you're listening, what's up?
All right.
All right, let me do a couple from Instagram because I didn't go there. With MLS getting into the betting business, y'all think match fixing has happened before, and do you think it's something that will be watched more closely now? That's from LA Galaxy Fan Talk.
Yeah. Now that one's really interesting.
I think he's going to be definitely.
The what?
I think that one's really interesting.
Oh, really a piece of shit. No, you know what? Leave that. It's fine. Leave that. That looks better than my stupid ass bandwidth right now. It's trash.
That was really interesting because I think it was Corner Galaxy. They were talking about how with the salary difference, if these was making 60, 70K that are playing regular minutes, they approach him, hey, I'm gonna give you 200K, throw the game. Yo, I'm taking the 200K. Like, you know what I mean? Easy.
My thing is, if someone was really betting on the MLS and anyone worth doing it, they would have done it in Vegas and they would have approached them already.
I think there's a pro to this because, as being your in-house expert better, and I don't know if you guys saw my tweets last week going back and forth with someone from the front office that I can't confirm or deny. May sound like something Hennen. Dog, this is something that the NFL does great is the injury reports.
The NFL?
If you're gonna if you're gonna be, and a lot of it has to do with the betting aspect because the NFL is big on betting, massive. That's one of the biggest sports book intakes that, if I'm not mistaken, that Vegas has. So if we're talking about MGM now is in this partnership with the MLS, you and the betting aspect to this is a legitimate thing. They need to do some shit about that, right? Because this whole GBS. I think it was him or Serrano, and I got no beef with Serrano or Hennen, but the reality is, if your fan base is asking you or telling you, hey, what's the status with the players, and like, oh well, GBS says it at the end of the week. GBS gives a half-assed report, and he doesn't always cover every single player. right? So look, I'm not saying that Juninho is gonna make a difference, right? Or Perry Kitchen might make a difference right now to this team, but that's not the point. The point is the principle behind all this. Like, yo, we need a legitimate report, maybe a weekly update on every single player where they're at, and even if it's like, yo, you know what, Perry Kitchen is fucked up. You know, the info hasn't changed last week. The timeline is still the same as this week. It's still a month now, so now it's 3 weeks. From 3 weeks, it goes down to 2 weeks or whatever. But it's an update. You know, it might not seem like a lot, and it's like, okay, well, at least we know what the issue is. Here's the problem, and that has. I think that's going to be the biggest aspect to that whole MGM betting thing, more really than the match fixing, because I don't. I mean,
I fucks with it. I mean, that runs the
yeah,
whole fantasy football
absolutely.
life. Like I'm always looking for the injury reports, daily injury
Yeah.
reports. Like that runs my life when it's fantasy football time.
I just read your
Yeah.
back and forth, Angel, and it's 100%. Like there is a competitive, like the MLS or the Galaxy side there's a competitive side. So teams where they match up, they want to know, are we playing with Zlatan, against Zlatan, and but now
See,
that
but then,
Benny's
but see,
involved,
then I can, but see, even that argument, like I counter, like I didn't want to because it's Twitter and it's just gonna get too, everything's gonna be all over the place, right? And you can't get all your cataracts, right?
All those-
Your characters, yeah,
all those-
your characters and your thought process maybe in one place, but yeah, exactly. But alluding to that briefly is that right? We need to know all this information about players. I don't believe that the Galaxy is like, oh well, here's our competitive edge against. It's the other way around. If anything, teams might want to know our competitive edge, but at the same time, I can argue like, well, if you're the Galaxy and other teams are looking for your competitive edge, why are you worrying about what the other team's looking about you? If you're playing your game plan based to defeat your opponent, like that's where I don't
know,
agree
man.
with that one bit.
Listen,
Like I don't.
You playing Zlatan. You want to know you're playing Zlatan. It's a different game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's only so you game plan two specific ways against the Galaxy. Okay, it's one,
Let's think about
either
Minnesota.
Zlatan's playing, or two, Zlatan's not playing, and that's it. There's no other way around it. It's like, okay, he does play or he doesn't play. It's not like a third, fourth option type of thing.
Question: If Minnesota ahead of time knew, to Rudy, if Minnesota knew ahead of time that Zlatan wasn't going to play, would we have seen the same thing?
But they did know ahead that he wasn't going to play.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're a team, you want to know, right? I'm pretty sure you want to know. Like, if you have an option to know it or not, you want to know.
Well,
Could
this is-
have wow? Would they have done anything
Ooh,
different?
but-
Yeah, all that.
Well, look, the MLS is on that EPL dick, right? They stay trying to suck that shit hard. So if that's the case, then go copy what the EPL does, because at least they are given legitimate reports often, like, you know, injury reports on players, and you can actually go like on the Arsenal webpage, you can actually go there and they have an actual injury section, and yeah, it's like 2 pages long of every single Arsenal player that's injured. But guess what? You actually have somewhere where you can go find that all these 10,000 Arsenal players are injured from, you know, 2 weeks ago, and you know how long they're going to be out for, or at least an update, and they'll tell you if there's no recent update, hey, at least there was this update on this date and nothing has changed since, right? So at least something, and that's been like the biggest argument or biggest issue to me when it comes to, you know, the whole issue with MGM and what we're going to do moving forward. So I think there's more of that aspect to it really than the match fixing aspect. I don't think, I mean, sure, I guess it could be a match fixing aspect, but I think it'd be handled the same way that's already being handled in the NFL and the NBA and any other sport, you name it, that's out there.
Cool. Can we move on from that one?
Yep. Another one from La Maravilla 2323. What do you guys think about the new Galaxy Anthem jackets? They are sold out online in the Dignity LA store. And how come I see jackets with 1 golden star or with 5 stars? I think you guys can answer that while I go to the other questions right quick.
Fucking fire! I love that jacket. I think the 1 star is, I think MLS or Galaxy or Team LA had a 1-star jacket.
Did you cop it?
No, no. I
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
I went at halftime for Minnesota, and I went around for like 3 stores, and I couldn't find shit.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the gold star, like the ones that just have the 1 gold star, are what we're gonna have initially before the G's went and changed the whole 5-star thing. Because that's why now, if you go and you look at, I believe certain jerseys, if you flip them inside out, you'll see that they still have the gold actually embedded on the backside, but the
that's
4
crazy.
little silver stars are just like, you know, little silver stars that are only attached on the other end. So I think, and I don't comment on this. Actually, I never bothered to ask, but it seems to me that the Galaxy came out with an entire, you know, selection of G's gear with only 1 star, but somehow at some point after they released all this, you know, all this merchandise, they were able to figure shit out or change that stupid rule about the stars to make it the 5 that we see now. So I think you can actually go to the store now and add those stars.
Would you say you can't confirm or deny that?
I can say I
Oh,
can confirm or
fuck.
deny that 100%.
Hey, Evelyn, and yo, they're gonna be pretty drunk after this.
Yeah, for real. Few more things. Whiteout Sunday, according to Lil Rob. Let me see what else we got. I know we have a few more things.
Whiteout Sunday means everybody wears white. 121 is gonna be all white.
Okay, let me see here. We
Oh,
had
yeah,
a few
Portland's
more-
green. I was trying to think what their away. Is their away jersey white?
Yeah, it's also white. Their wages is white, but we're a home team, so
Oh
we're
yeah, we
gonna
get
get
advantage.
white. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
So this one's from Dean. Is ACB still struggling?
Nah, y'all beautiful. ACB is beautiful. Everybody in ACB is beautiful.
Last game was fucking fire.
Yeah, man, I was so jealous. I was hearing that shit on TV. It came through. I was watching on the iPad, and I had nothing in the room, so it was mad echo, and that the lo came
Was
out.
that Dean that asked the
and I was
question?
like, "Ooh." Hey, man, what was that?
Yeah. Was that Dean? Was that Dean's question?
Yeah, that was from Dean. It's ACB struggling, but that's a reference to nod at that meeting we had with Zlatan when shit hit the fan, and John said that ACB was struggling last year, but John's just mad. Yeah, but that's just John being mad because he wasn't there last year. But talking about John, another question from him: do we need to bring another keeper or give our backup a shot? Because Bigum letting balls in like that first goal is ridiculous. Hey, you got that drop? Lisa's mom drop? Or are you being a hater that you don't want to make that into a drop?
I didn't have it. I could have put it there. Listen,
You're a fucking hater, though.
you know what it is? You might be on something because Bingham only performs when he's getting bombarded. This last game he had shit to do, and the one time he had something, he fucked up.
Mentally weak.
Yeah, no,
I've
remember
been telling
Portland?
you.
Portland
been
last year
telling
away.
yeah,
He was getting bombarded left and right, just boom.
Vancouver, was it Vancouver where we got that draw? Like he
LAFC game last year, the second one at home, he balled out. I remember I gave him credit and I gave him a clean slate that game, and then I think the game or two after that he went back to being shit. So he went back to being shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I want to back him up, right? Because I really, but man, this is stupid. Yo, Manny, dope as fuck, though.
And
Dope as
actually,
fuck. Get
because
active.
Manny's on there, we're gonna get to Manny and his peeps in a bit because there's a question here about supporter groups, and we'll get to that. From Osman, it's a twofold question. First of all, so it's threefold actually. So the first part is a twofold about Giancarlo. So does Giancarlo get the start if he's basically part of the squad, and is he match fit ready? In terms of the match fit ready, I'll answer that one. He has to be because he's been in Bologna's bench. He just hasn't played. Actually, I think he may have come in as a sub last game. I was keeping track or checking his stuff. But yeah, he for sure has been playing, practicing at least with the team and has been in the 18 for selection, but I don't think he's actually hit the field. But do you guys think he gets a start?
Is he playing
Yeah.
with Costa Rica?
Oh, Masa, let everybody know about because you said you saw the game, right?
I don't watch the game.
Oh, so you just know that he or something like that. I remember he said
No, I
something
just
about
said.
he-
I said.
okay.
It's like it's funny
Trash,
how
dog.
Yeah.
I never said why would I watch that game?
Yo, Masa can never back anybody up, dog. Every time he goes to Masa, he's just like, nah.
Masa's Unless there's putazos going down, then I heard he has your back. But other than that, and that's okay, Masa. That's the one I need you. That's all I need you for. Fuck everything else, But
No, I just said it's funny how we're about to sign a defender that let Guatemala beat his national team.
Hey, chill
That's what
out.
it's joke.
Guatemala trash too, dog. So
Guatemala's trash. So what does that tell you? Dude, they're like El Salvador, dog.
Hey, chill,
another
dog.
question.
There's levels to this shit, bro. Come on now.
I thought you were a Kings of CONCACAF, dog.
Oh,
You and I.
oh yeah, we're Mexican.
Si se
as
puede,
fuck.
dog. Yeah, we're Mexican as fuck. Are the G signing one more forward within the next few weeks? Shit, I haven't seen anything about. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention. That's also from Osman.
That's just been kind of dead, but I hope we sign somebody.
In the next
wouldn't
couple
be opposed-
days.
Well, let's just say before the transfer window closes. I
I'd rather
hope
do
it's
it
somebody.
during
It's
the
I
just
hope
been
we wait until
quiet.
summer.
Yeah, wait till the summer.
I hope we wait till summer. I think we have.
Eh.
And only
Eh.
if it's Pato. If it's Pato, do it before summer.
Okay.
If not, then
I'll fuck with that.
yeah.
Okay. Another one. Why America fans get to have streamers and smoke and ACB don't? That was from Antonio. It's not a question from him, but he wants to have that out there in case
Antonio from
there's
leadership.
Antonio Magana. Yeah, leadership. Yeah,
he
he
should know
wants
the
to.
fucking answer.
No, but he wants to
Well,
put the word
yeah,
out.
bitch. Wow, you see, andate la mierda, mejor se te la gran puta. Point is,
Say that again.
que tan deja la mierda, sote la gran puta. But point is, Antonio just said that, and I got your back, Antonio. Fuck this trash. That's people I'm here with. He just, so people can know, right? Because some people may not be on social media, or people may not know.
My personal opinion is we could do it, just the Galaxy FO doesn't let us do it.
MLS doesn't let us do it.
Well, according to
Galaxy-
MLS rules, no. According to MLS rules,
we cannot do it because it needs to be fire marshal controlled, basically what the Riot Squad has.
Yeah,
or any other smoke you see on TV. They're all controlled. It's not organic. It's not popping smoke. It's
whatever you
Bluetooth
see,
on.
like Orlando, everything that you see out there that's MLS related, that's all controlled smoke. And
Did anyone see the America game?
Yeah,
I didn't see that shit.
I did. I did. That shit.
Was the game
No,
stopped by any
the
chance,
America
or
game was
what
better
happened?
than the El Salvador fucking Jamaica
All right,
game.
Angel, was the game paused or anything?
No, they just kept going through.
Was the stream or whatever it was it conflicted or anything?
No,
Like was it?
Yeah.
So you couldn't see the game?
You couldn't. So interesting, right? Because during that moment when all this shit happened, they were for some reason on the Atlas side. So basically, America was attacking a little more, but it was also maybe more of Atlas just passing the ball around. So they were never really on the America's defensive half where everything went down. But the few times that they got into like half field or maybe 3/4 into the America side, but not fully all the way in, you could not see shit on the east end of the stadium. Like it was like smoke. Like you couldn't even see the players on the field that were on that side. It was that bad.
That's what I'm asking. Like the
Like
field.
it was a bad. I mean, it was tight. I'm not even gonna hate on that. That shit was tight, but it's just so people are aware. Why can they do that and why can't we? First of all, these guys play in our stadium like once a year, if that. Sometimes maybe twice because of some tournament or whatever. But if at most, at minimum once a year, at most maybe like 2 times a year, right? Depending on some tournament or whatever. Because of that, security doesn't know these people. Maybe some might be in ACB and, sure, they might see them, but I doubt that's even them probably the ones that are doing it. Or who knows, right? But again, they don't see a lot of these people ever. So a lot of the people in ACB are already known by security, by front office people. If we pop all that smoke and we do all this shit, guess who's getting banned? We are. We're getting sanctions. We're doing all this shit. So it's not the same thing as a one-off friendly game where they can come in and get away with everything and then they're going to be gone and then they're going to be back. We're there every single home game. On top of that, we're there at away games. Plus, there's all these MLS rules. They're bitching about streamers now. So, it's the MLS, man. It's the
Why
MLS.
streamers?
Tell it to be bullshit. I guess streamers kill people. I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you.
Tony.
It's all
Hey,
bullshit.
tell
I really don't know what to
Tony.
tell you.
Tell Tony that we do play in our stadium once a year. That's Bank of California. That's our
You
stadium.
guys want to know what I really think the MLS wants to do, and they don't want to admit it. They want if they can't have a controlled supporter groups, they want to make it Premier League style,
Horrible.
and
And
that's
what's that?
trash.
For
You
the- for the
like
fans.
sit down and watch the game.
Yeah, I don't want
Type
to
of shit.
stand and
Stand
watch.
up, do
I don't want to
do 2 chants and then be quiet again.
Yeah,
don't-
so I mean, for people that ask, that if
I wanna
if
jump,
AC
I wanna
if AC
drop kick the person in front of me. I want to do all kinds of crazy shit. Like.
But yeah, if ACB were to do smoke like on every single game basis, it would have to be controlled smoke, and to us that's not organic. We already give into some things that we genuinely believe are not part of our culture, but we understand where we live, but at the same time we're not going to give everything.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where like, what, if it's not going to be organic and naturally from us, we don't want it. If you guys think it's cool, great, but you shouldn't be in a stadium to go try and look cool on TV. You should be there to support the team. So
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
It's a give and take relationship all the time. A lot more giving and taking. So some decisions, I get it. Maybe not the most popular, but it's what ACB has been about, just being very organic and grassroots. Here, let me pull this one up.
Really quick, as for streamers, we're still fighting about streamers. So just a heads up, this Sunday against Portland, bring all the fucking streamers you can find. Bring them, because we're gonna fucking let these motherfuckers fly for sure.
Here's a question. Maybe you could have some input on this one, Angel. Tony says, does ACB have a list of potential future songs / chants? Oh, actually, I said that backwards. I have a sick ass one I'd like to introduce.
Well, listen, Mr. Tony Medina, you're entitled to show us whatever the fuck you want, because that current chant we have going on is popping as fuck. Yeah. And let's add a little backstory here to Tony Medina's current chat, right? That's the one that we currently do, the lo 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 lo.
That was his
lo,
chat.
lo.
That was his chat.
That's the one he came up with. Now,
Oh, nice.
you know,
I thought that was Brian.
this is what he did the first time around, right? What he did the first time around, he was proactive. He went out of his way. He set something up. He sent it. Oh shit, my shit's dying over here. I just noticed. Why don't you guys tell me nothing? You know, he basically, huh?
'Cause you
Yeah,
came there, bro.
just go ahead, leave that. Yeah, just go ahead and leave that there. Shit. All right, I'm dead. Just leave that. Point is, Tony Medina, he and shout out to Tony's twin, Rob. Tony Medina essentially said, "Hey," to himself, "I like this chant." He went and he put a video together of the songs, lyrics, and everything together. And he sent it to some of us. He sent it to me, and I said, "All right, cool. Let me bring it by the guys." And I kind of like some of it, but I wasn't digging it all at first because some of the lyrics or whatever. And I was like, "Oh shit, you know, we could probably work with it." We did. We messed around with the lyrics. We made something that everyone kind of felt better about. We hit the our studio that we have here and straight from Stan's headquarters, and we went and recorded that shit live. And even while we were recording, we were like, "Oh shit, let's try this." Because I remember at first time around, the low was gonna be different. And point is, we experimented with it. So, because Tony brought that up again, if people have a list, like there is no one way of us actually having our chance, and you guys can back me up on this. Like we don't have a specific list that we keep or a specific process, especially because a lot of these things are organic. Like if you feel like, hey, there's a chant I like, you know what, DM ACB. Like people may think that we're dicks and we don't want to do your song. That's not accurate. Tony Medina is the biggest example. Now at the same time, don't come at us with some, I believe that we will win bullshit either. Like
damn, don't shout out Jesse like that.
Yeah, fuck Jesse. Like have some creativity.
Fuck.
The point is like try to do something different. Some creativity, like something that we don't hear already across the MLS. It's already there. Like that's one thing that, and you guys can back me up with this. Like there's some chance that we killed this year that we're trying our best to move away from what everyone else is doing in the MLS. We're trying to add something unique. Like be creative. Think of something different. Like if you're hearing a cumbia song that you're like, oh shit, I dig this shit. And put some words to it, and we'll try it. Like, we'll see. And if it sucks, then at least more people are gonna think the majority thinks it sucks. And I'm sorry, it's trash. But there's a lot of shit. We killed like 2 of John's songs, and John's like one of the couples that everyone thought he's the one that made all the songs. But some of the shit are trash. He got butthurt about it. But look, everyone decided collectively, like, yo, this shit's not vibing with everyone. Whatever it is, and it is what it is. Like we've all like Be Nasty's had a couple that have been shut down after a while. Glenn have, and these are people that have been around for a long ass time. So. If you legitimately think you have something, DM us. You know what? DM straight from the stands, and we'll get it out to the people if you want.
Y'all killed Janelle's though, and hers was a banger,
Hell yeah.
But listen, at the same time, Janelle's is like so mainstream across, everywhere. So,
Malter and Alex know it.
No, that's a different one. That's the River, decime que se siente, the Bad Moon Rising one.
Next question. Let's go. Come on.
Okay, but no. So someone asked, if you honestly, we don't have a process right now for chants, but if you have something, just DM us, DM ACB. We'll get it out. We'll get it to people, and just like what I see people, there's like a core group of people that have been doing this shit for ACB since day one, and they just keep doing things, and we just bring people along as we go. People that are really about their life and really want to be involved. We bring them in, like Tony Medina. And there's a couple of people that I can think of. Yeah, I'm green as fuck.
Matrix as fuck.
Yeah, Matrix as fuck. Like,
fuck that. Angel's mad now.
Well,
doing Hulk
real quick.
Hey, put Don Ramon better, dog. At least that nigga has better. Oh shit, delete that.
That's why you don't let this motherfucker talk.
Well, anyways, that's that on that. So
that shit was butter, dog.
That shit was butter.
Listen, I can't confirm or deny that was me, but
they said leprechaun.
Well, but look, point is just DM us, DM the ACB account, your chance, and if again, just try. The only thing we ask is just try to be creative. Try not to do the same shit. I mean, I get that there's some songs out there that are dope as shit, like the Napoli one, but everyone's doing it now. Let's try to be a little bit original. Hell yeah, like Shrek, except that Shrek's not a shake, dog. All right,
let's move on.
All right, let's move on. Another one.
All
right, so there's like a few more. This one's specific. It's a twofold question about the North End. So the first one's from Gilbert. MNUFC, Minnesota United, posted a video of their SG breaking in their new stadium, within parentheses, sick as fuck. But it got me thinking, when is the GCFO supposed to finish the North End? Question mark. Does it piss off the ACB that y'all are loud as fuck but have no roof to amplify? Question mark. These new stadiums are all seem to be full roofs. Thoughts?
I'll go. It doesn't piss me off. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like the ACB's been around since before the league even took notice of us or even cared about the optics of the support culture. You know what I mean? These new stadiums are getting built with that in mind, right? And it's being fabricated. What we're doing, what 121 has been doing, has been organic. And I know we said this a shit ton of times in this episode already, but we've been doing it without a fucking roof. You know what I mean? And you seen the home opener last game without a roof. That motherfucker's rocking. You know what I mean? So fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else's stadium. At our home, we could do that shit without a stadium. We just gotta go balls out.
Without a stadium? You mean without a roof?
Without a roof. Sorry,
we
you
don't
know
need
the
a
fuck I
stadium
mean.
either, but I don't know if the team wants to play without a stadium. That's a different question.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's
Fuck
one
my
of
shit
those
up too. I was
things
going.
where-
Real.
How long ago was the stadium built?
2003.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you just I don't think you see what's happening now and kind of plan for it. It is what it is. The stadiums now that are being made are planned for it to give them an advantage. We don't need that advantage.
Let me add something to that. I mean, sure, a roof would be great, right? It would be, and I think Gilbert's the one that's enlarged, so credit to him. He's already doing his thing out there. But there's other people that give their opinions about what the support group should be doing, and they're not coming over and helping us out, right? Come over, just simple. Come check it out. If you don't want to be inside, 121, you could do 122, or 123 between us and the Galaxians, or to their side. Just do your thing from out there. It's just, even if you don't want to sing all 90 minutes, if you decide to help out for like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, that's an additional 5 minutes where someone can help out, and just come out and do that. Do anything. But on top of that, our stadium is nicer than a lot of other stadiums, like just everything around it, not just the stadium, like, and just 2003. Look, I love Red Bull Arena for what is inside, but the outside Red Bull Arena is trash. And a lot of teams that we've been to so far have, like, we just went to Dallas. There's something special about Dallas.
Yeah.
From the outside, like, it's trash. It's
It looks
garbage.
nice inside.
Low-key,
But outside
that's
The
it's
just
inside,
trash.
sure, it's
shopping
fine,
center.
but look at StubHub. When you come in, you have the palm trees and that whole setup and
The
stuff. Where you
whole
have
LA.
fields to one side. It's LA as fuck. And it's nice. I mean, I think it's nice as shit.
I love
But
it.
yeah, but adding to that, can you because they asked about the north end and an update. Also, someone else, actually, it was oh man, who was it? Crap, this is gonna bug me. Also asking about the north end. Rafael Alvarez. If we have an update on north end, any idea how it will look? Will SGs be seeing some chance, together? Will Lars stay in 130, 138? And who are these new SGs? Anything you want and can discuss at this time? Thanks. That's where I said I wanted to talk about Manny because Manny joined in. So the first thing, update on North End. No, as a matter of fact, I think I bugged DFO. I think it was either Monday last week. So I'm due to bug them again this week about that shit because she got me hot as fuck and I was mad last week. And last week was trash. But I will find out this week. But point is, no update. Will SGs be singing Same Chance? I think I shared with you guys a little bit what the plan is, right?
You want to share it to everybody, to our listeners, because that's what we're here for.
Well, I was just saying for you guys to say something because I'm getting tired of talking. Dog. George is right. I don't know why I talk so much.
Come on, you good.
Go ahead.
And
Keep
you're not
going,
being angry.
please.
It's fine.
Yeah, fuck, but I'm starting to get angry. Well, point is, we had a plan in place with Galaxians. Lars is not coming over. Lars is going to stay in 138. Everything's good. We're mutual. Everything is Gucci before people start thinking there's some made up beef. There is no beef. Everyone's happy. The plan with Galaxians essentially is they're going to lead all the Spanish chants and we're going to lead everything in English. But even then, it's going to be a collaborative effort like we did the home opener, which the home opener was just a little sample we can do, which was almost there. And that was just kind of on the fly because Galaxians didn't have any of our chant sheets. We had only our stuff what we were doing with our two stands. But yeah, motherfucker, I am. But point is, there is a plan that we had in place with Galaxians, right? execution wasn't supposed to start until next year or until we had enough damn editions, but we kind of said fuck that and we just started doing it. As a matter of fact, Galaxians are going to tailgate now, moving forward with us, starting this game against Portland. So you're going to see Galaxians tailgating with ACB in our designated tailgate area. So at least the Galaxians that we know of, the quote unquote the real ones, are going to be hanging out now with ACB in our section. Who are these new SGs? So when they're talking about these new SGs, they're talking about 3 potential supporter groups that are being talked about. So currently, right now, Galaxians the original ones, Lars the ones that came up after, and ACB the third ones. Right? Obviously, we're the youngest of the 3. We essentially decided to take over the North End. Reasons past point is that now we're all established and we have a vision of what we want to do with the North End. Galaxians are in agreement. We have our plan and vision. We'll just throw out there. There's 3 supposed to be new supporter groups, or along the lines of that. One of them is the Ghost Ultras, which everyone seems to know about already. Mm-hmm. Ghost Ultras, from my understanding, because Rafael was asking if we know what they're about. I really can't tell you much about what they're about because I haven't really had a full-on conversation with Mike. Mike is like their main head. But Big Mike, from my understanding, is a former Lars supporter that wanted to do things slightly different than Lars. And it's just something that Lars is not about. Lars wants to do, at least from my understanding, a little bit more of that traditional English style support where they drink, watch the game, and they have pop-up chants every now and then. But from my understanding, Mike wanted to do something more of that traditional, ultras mentality, like they do it in Italy, right? Like Milan's, Curvas, and both Milan's groups, right? That type of mentality, where it's, essentially, a lot of what ACB does. The reality, the only difference is that we have a combination of Spanish and English chants. Yeah. Seems to me like they want to do just go ahead, Rudy.
And then listen, I think Mike is pretty. Well, he's around some of the pages that the Galaxy pages on Facebook. So reach out to him if you're interested in knowing more about Gold Ultras. Because to be quite honest, we don't know that much, and probably not the appropriate people to be talking in details about what they are. You know what I mean? So just reach out to them if you're interested in finding out more about Ghost Ultras.
So and then the other one, I imagine this is the one that people have been paying attention to because of the IE. So the Inland Empire people are essentially starting to create something. Now that one's interesting because that one's a little bit of a hybrid. And again, that one's super early stages, so I don't think they have anything concrete yet. So I know the 2 people that are essentially creating that. One of the guys' name is Art, the other guy's name is Marvin. These are the guys that reached out to me about setting up a viewing party in the Inland Empire because they felt like they were being underrepresented out there, and they didn't really like the initial viewing parties that we had. So I said, yo, let's do this. Let's get this viewing parties to whatever you guys want. And apparently the first one rocked and it was cracked. So off of that, it started building something a little bit more organic to the people from the Inland Empire. So based on my conversation with Marvin and Art, they said that they're not entirely sure what it's going to be at. If it's going to be a supporter group specific to people from the Inland Empire, or if, as of right now, it's just going to be a group of people in general, mixed of ACB, Galaxians, Lars, and non-support group people that just get together in the IE to hang out together. So they were very clear, like, yo, if we decide to make this into a supporter group, obviously we're not going to, bring the Lars people over and the ACB. It's just really more of the support group people that are out here that want to make this their own thing. And essentially they're still going to go off of what ACB and Galaxians want to do already. So they're not really, again, this is just from what they shared with us, they don't really come in and create their own identity in terms of we're going to put our own chants and our own stuff out there. No, they're still going to join what ACB and Galaxians. We were very transparent with each other about what the plans are. And, they were their own game with whatever we decide to do. Now, if they're going to be a supporter group, I really can't tell you that. You want to ask Art and Marvin where they're at in this stage, feel free. Now, there's a separate group attached to that's why I said it's kind of a hybrid. There's another Art. This is the Temecula Art. So you guys know him on Twitter by Rogue Leader. Mm-hmm. So Rogue Leader, this is Chris Eller, homie. So this is all part of that Chris Eller group. These guys sit yeah, I know. These guys sit on the south end of the stadium, which is right under the on the south end, on the opposite end of ACB, right? They're on the other side of the stadium. So essentially, these people that also, want to be part of this, what's the next stages of the North End, this standing supporter group section, they want to be part of it, right? But, they're not ready to make that jump yet, or, for whatever the reason is, it's all good. But there are a lot of families, right? So with them is their mentality like, yes, we want to be part of the supporter group, but we essentially don't want to have the flags all up in our face, but our kids still want to be part of that. So we essentially want to probably make this a supporter group, but we want to see more of what the outlet's going to be. From my understanding, according to the art from Temecula, there's like 20, 30 people already that are game for sure, 100%. But then there's like another little group from out there that they want shade and because of their kids, which is fine. Like, yo, if it's not for everyone, it's okay, right? But that's the thing with him and some of his people. They do want to come over. So, he reached out to me. He told me about also what's happened with that. And say, oh, I actually know those guys here. You should talk to them. So I think they were already starting to reach out to each other, but just made it easier for everybody to make it happen. So according to them, according to Art, also seems like they might actually be both Art Temecula and the other Art, that it's probably going to end up being a supporter group because their intentions really to be, with us in the North End, but still a representation of them, who they are, the group, all the people in the Inland Empire from Temecula all the way to San Bernardino. And again, a lot of this has to do with people that are not in the current supporter group. Mm-hmm. So that's what they want to do, but even then still have a little bit of that family feel to it. So, maybe somewhere to the side of ACB or maybe to the side of Galaxians where they're still not all in that space. So that's that.
And to wrap it up, like whether you want to sit with ACB or a support group, just get a group of people and fucking go to a game. It's always fun like that. Part of why we're in ACB is because we pretty much hang out with a shit ton of people. But roll through. I mean, Manny just talked about.
Actually, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So Manny's the Outlaws guy. So when people see those, the Galaxy Outlaws, that's all his people, and Manny could tell you it's his family, his friends, and it's just a group of people that he gets together. That he just decided, hey, I kind of want to make this into a thing. But even then, he'll tell you like he wants to be part of that ACB group. Now, if he wants to be a representation of his own people, that's cool too. That's fine. But essentially, same thing. They want to join in with what Galaxians and ACB are already doing, and just build off of that type of thing. Just help what the North End is going to look like in the future. So that's essentially that.
All right. We figured out how to be on air for an hour and a half. So.
Well, there's still 2 more questions, and they're about the same thing, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same thing. It's just 2 questions, same thing. So this is from Eric, also Twitter, Eric Big E_LAG, and then George 33590399. One of them said, "What up, guys? I'm a season ticket member for 5 years. Just had two babies, 18 months and 6 months. Congratulations, by the way. And I want to join an NSG. In your opinion, who is more kid friendly, both in the stands and tailgates, ACB or Lars?" And then the third person, and by the way, there's also Galaxians in that. And then the other person, George, said, "Bros, I need help choosing a supporter group. I am feeling ACB, Riot Squad, or the new guys, Ghost Ultra. So I need help in choosing one." Obviously, this is going to be biased.
Biased as fuck, yeah.
Biased as fuck, because, I mean, you're talking, I can't confirm or deny, but this is the official as fuck ACB podcast. Fuck Antonio. No, but, I mean, do you guys want to have any of you guys want to have a crack at that in an unbiased way?
So I can't, right? Because I've only ever sat with ACB. I'll say this: if your concerns are your children, Angel, you have 2 young children. I take my godson every so often. There's a bunch of us with families, and the kids are more than welcome at, in section 121, 122. So children is your thing. As long as they like a little rowdiness, shouldn't be a problem. If you're gonna choose a supporter group, I choose ACB. Yeah, that's it.
The only thing I can tell that both Eric and George, honestly, before you make a commitment to one, go to all 3.
Yeah.
Or all 4, as a matter of fact. Fine, if you want to acknowledge one of them, right? Go for it. Go check out all 4, right? Go check out all 4 yourself. Like, whatever you hear from us, I mean, as much as a great relationship I have with Lars and Galaxians, and we actually have a good relationship with them. Now, I'm still going to tell people come to ACB. That's just naturally what I'm going to do, right? But realistically, you need to go check all 4 of them out. Go check out their tailgates, hang out with one, hang out with the other, and the other. If you want to do it the same game, that's fine. Just go from one to the other. But if you have kids, that might get tired for them. But go check them all out, all 3 of them out.
And a great way to check that out is taking advantage of the two for $30, 2 tickets for $30 that ACB has going on right now for the Portland Timbers and Philadelphia Union game. Check that out. Wear white on Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, back to back. Saturday we have a soccer supporter event again. Starts at 2:30, ends at 5:30. So come out, play some soccer with us. After that, we're walking over to the Galaxy 2 game. So make sure you get your ticket for that. Also, if you don't have one, I'm sure we can find one for free. Shoot us a DM.
Mm-hmm.
So come out, play soccer with us right after. Walk over to the tailgate with us. There's going to be a keg where we're going to drink and hang out there, and then walk over to, watch the G's 2 either get smashed on 5-0 or win 5-0. And then next day, obviously, we haven't gotten any tickets for that. There's only about 40 tickets left, and 121 sold out. But there's only like 40 tickets left in 122.
Ooh,
So get your tickets. Yeah, so get your tickets. Oh, by the way, we're gonna have both couple stands. So 122 is gonna definitely be popping, and 123. So get your tickets. There's like 40 left for 122 that you can still do the combo deal where you get Portland Timbers and you get the other game against Philadelphia Union. Get that shit. Plus at the tailgate, we're gonna have a charity drive. So bring any brand new soccer gear that you may have or slightly used soccer gear, whether it's shoes, jerseys, you name it. Bring whatever you can. Ages 5 to 19, so obviously a variety of sizes. There's gonna be food. There's gonna be a michelada bar, and then a specialty ACB drink that we don't know what's gonna be. It's gonna be surprised by the bartender. Live music as well. Speaker. I don't think we're gonna have a DJ this game. We'll see. I'm trying to find someone, but if not, everything else is gonna be there. Be out there. Yep. Spotify as fuck.
All right. With that being said, this is another long ass episode of Straight from the Fans. I'm your boy Rudy at I Am Smarts on Twitter. I Am Smarts on the gram.
George, J Undefeated 7, Instagram and Twitter.
Sleep though.
Follow me at Live It 96.
Peace, love, and Jesus.
So what do we do now?